Welcome back to Game On. Now it's time for us to talk about Shane Mcgregor's favorite league, the Bundesliga. He spoke about it earlier, a man who has been scoring goals. Some would say the perfect signing for Bayern. His name is Harry Kane. Currently finds himself on 21 goals. Shane, are you happy with the form that you're seeing from a man who controversially left Tottenham Hotspur to go and play some German football?
You know, the difference with Harry Kane is he wants to win trophies. It's as simple as that. You know, you can't go through your career without winning trophies at all, you know. So that's what he wanted to do. His aim was, I want to go and win trophies. I think he will do that at Bayern. They will be there and they're about to win the league, to win the cups and whatever else in Champions League. But for me, that was his goal, was I want to go win trophies. Look, he's a great player. Don't get me wrong when I say that it was a good thing for Tottenham. Harry Kane is a goal scorer. He's a proven goal scorer. Year after year after year, he gets those goals and he keeps on doing it. He's changed it around with Bayern. I mean, 21 goals already. What more can you ask for the man? You know, but not just that. If you look at what the team is saying, it's his overall aspect of the game. He brings other players in, you know, he's assisting goals as well. He's very good for that team, and that's what they needed. They were, you know, Lewandowski left, you know, it was a major blow, but they've replaced him. So, yeah, well done to him.
You talk about he's motivated by winning trophies. I know that there are rumors, apparently, that there's a clause in his contract that if he scores 40 goals in all competitions, he'll get a bonus of 250,000 euros. As a former football player, does the money motivate you? Is that like an extra incentive for you to keep on scoring goals?
Well, first of all, well done to the agent if he got that into his contract, because that is brilliant, you know. I don't think the money would be motivating him. I think that it's more winning trophies. But, you know, money is a big motivating factor. I know of a certain guy that did his own contract at a club, and
are you going to mention names?
20 goals was part of their contract, and I got paid a certain amount after the 20 goals. So, yeah, I did fairly well in 2 or 3 seasons, but it's all part and parcel of it. You've got to have a very clever agent, and good luck if he has done that. But for me, Harry Kane, I don't think he's short of money. I think it's more the winning of trophies that motivates him. Will they win the trophy this year? Will they win the league this year? I've got other thoughts about that. I've been, you know, when Chris has been presenting with me, we've been speaking about a certain side. And he just said to me, you know, he's always saying it's a one-league team, this Bayern. And even though Dortmund have pushed them in years gone by, Dortmund are struggling this year. And my take on that, if you look at the way they're playing at the moment, you can't be selling players season in, season out. You can't be getting rid of your best players and expect to compete every single season. It's going to come to a point where you got to say, well, we got to keep those players and not sell them.
Protect our own.
Protect our own. We gain well. Let's rather keep the players in our squad. And unfortunately for them, that hasn't been happening. And we see now it's starting to pay and take its toll on Dortmund. So, you know, it's one of those things. But we'll get into that conversation. I'm sure you want to ask me about Xabi Alonso.
Yes.
I mean, what a brilliant coach he is. One of the younger coaches that have come through. Look what he's done to Leverkusen. I mean, he went there last season, he changed things around, and look where they are now. And I think they're going to be pushing Bayern for the next few seasons. I think they'll go close to winning the league this year. My big worry with them is, do they have a big enough squad? That is a big worry. Bayern have got a huge squad, as we all know, classy players, and if they lose a player, they can bring in the same player. Can Leverkusen do that? But they will be pushing Bayern all the way.
Most certainly. They do find themselves at the top at the moment, and the one thing that strikes me about Xabi Alonso's portfolio, or his CV as a coach, is that he hasn't been coaching for too long, but he's doing so well and he's quite competitive in the Bundesliga. What is he doing right as a young coach, in your opinion?
Well, you know, he's learned from the best coaches in the world. I mean, he was at Liverpool for a long time, and he learned a lot, I think, from that system. What you got to put in place, and what people don't really understand, is you've got to put your own stamp on it. Look at Pep Guardiola. He came in, he put his stamp on Man City. You've got to be doing that. You've got to put your own stamp on it. You've got to be playing the way you want to play. And I think that's what he's done there. He's instilled belief in all the players, and he's playing the way he wants to play. And that's what's getting him results. You can't be looking at other teams, at other coaches, and saying, I want to play like them, when you don't have the players. He's taken his players, he knows their ability, and he's playing them in their best ability. He uses them in their best ability. And that's what he's done. As a young coach, it's very difficult to do, but he's obviously learnt over the years through the various coaches he's been with. He was one of the best players I've seen. People don't realise what a really good player he was, And I think he's taken that and he's put it down, and it's working for him. And I think he'll just keep on with the same way and just keep on working on it, tweaking it here and there. But he's very good. He's got these players playing for him, and that's a big thing. When you got a player playing for you, it's half the battle won.
Definitely. You talk about half the battle is won. We are somewhat close to halfway through the season thus far. They do find themselves at the top. Is it possible? Can they upset the team that many always give it to and say Bayern is going to win the Germans League? Could Bayern Leverkusen change the script this season?
No, you're sounding like Chris. Because he says it's a one-off thing. I think they can. I really do. I do think that they can go all the way. One thing about him is he won't be shy to bring in players. The transfer window opens up in January. He won't be shy to bring in players. He's one of those that if I need someone, he'll bring it in. And it doesn't have to be a star player. That's one thing about what he's done is he's brought players in that are going to affect his team and play the way he wants to play. And that's the most important thing. I think they'll push Bayern all the way.
In terms of Bayern, what aren't they doing right in terms of just being on top and ensuring that they do win it? Because a lot of their fans will tell you that it's a done deal.
The last 2 seasons, there's been a little bit of inconsistency creeping in with them. And unfortunately, that's happened again now. They're losing games where they shouldn't lose. They're drawing games when they shouldn't. They need to sort that out, the inconsistency. But having said that, they gain well anyway. They're only 2 points behind and they are on song. Just the inconsistency they've got to work on.
Shane Mcgregor, thank you so much for joining us yet again on Game On.
Thanks, Oren.
Thank you so much for being part of the conversation. Remember to continue the conversation on our social media platforms. This is Game On.